All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Muhammad Kadash. I want to say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, this is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another live lesson. And this lesson is entitled Esau is Hurt. Okay, and this lesson was inspired by this video that you see in front of you, and I'm gonna play it in short. But you know, it really show you how much Esau really hates Jake. You know, with all his Black Lives, so-called Black Lives Matter. I was gonna title that, but I didn't want to draw no unwanted attention. You know, but at the end of the day, like no Israelite life matters down here to the so-called white man, all these other nations, man. Just because you see all these nations co-opting this so-called march, all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter, man. While these nations were, and it's not just about so-called Black lives, man. Mosai, Yahweh Shai is coming back for the Israelites, man. Chiefly the elect of Israel, okay? And they come in all colors from dark brown to even looking like Edomites, man. All right. But the point of the matter is, this is not about one particular tribe, but this is about all the tribes, man. And the so-called Black people in America are the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man. You know, and so when you look at all of this shit about Black Lives Matter, since when? We've been in America for some time now. And Black Lives Matter since when? We've been in America some time now. You can go from 1619 or you can go from 1556. You know, whatever you choose to start at. And then on top of that, by that time, we were still in experienced slavery, you know, through the Portuguese and through these other nations, man. So when have Israelite lives ever mattered down here to these nations, man? Including so-called Black lives, man. Now, all of a sudden, because it's a movement and everybody's trying to go out there, and you've seen a lot of people use this, take this opportunity to basically to manipulate it for themselves, man. You got Edomites just randomly showing up to these protests, and they just trying to film themselves in a moment. You got people photoshopping themselves with all Black Lives Matter signs and shit, and everybody claiming to come together under one banner. But in reality, that's not the case, man. Because when this thing really go down, you're gonna see how much Black lives really fucking matter, man. Everybody, like one of the brothers from Mississippi said, everybody tripping over one dude. What about when it's hundreds and thousands of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are laid out on the ground, man? Because that's what's coming down the pipeline. Okay, that's exactly what's coming down the pipeline, and there's nothing that you should be proud about. You got niggas dancing in the street, they marching. Like, that's gonna change something. That's not gonna change this devil's mindset on you. That's not gonna change his hatred for you, man. And this video right here, it actually shows Esau's hatred for Jake. When you got Japanese people living in first of all, they live in a predominantly white, well-to-do neighborhood, and Esau don't have no problem with them living in their neighborhood, you know. But let one of you Jakes move into that neighborhood and see how Black Lives Matter, man. And then, like I said about them co-opting this whole thing, which these Edomites, when you say Black Lives Matter, they say all lives matter. But it's not you Edomites that's in trouble in this country, man. You Edomites ain't in no fucking trouble. You in trouble with your how about Shem Shai, but currently as it stands, this is your world, man. You know? So now for you Edomites to try to alleviate Black Lives Matter, because that shows you how much Jake hates. That shows you how much Esau hates you, man. And he really hurt, man. Because eventually all these nations going to get on Jake agenda, man. Especially when we get in the kingdom. Yeah, like the brother said, remember they 2/3 asked for Barabbas. Yeah, and like niggas making a martyr out of one of the worst niggas, man. Just like they did Nipsey Hussle. But that's another story for another day. Let me play this real quick just to show you the visceral hate that this devil has for Jake, man.
It's offensive to me. It's offensive to me. I'm not touching your car. Get it out of here. Oh, now I'm racist? You're racist. Get that car out of here. Why does Black Lives Matter? All lives matter. Yes, of course they do. You're Japanese. Do you know your history? Yes. So do you know your Japanese history? All lives matter. I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. Do you know my history? Yeah, and your lives matter. That's completely disgusting. That is not saying just Black lives. It's all lives matter. It does not. It's not Black lives matter. All lives matter. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, you see this nigga, you see, and then Esau try to say he a Jew. You not no Jew, man. You Edomites say the people of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? What Jew in America you know that's struggling, that's fucked up, that's living in the ghetto, unless they want to be there? What so-called Jews being persecuted here in America? None, man. Y'all want all major industries. You want a good lawyer? The first people they tell you, go get you a Jew lawyer, man. Right? You want to beat the charge? That's what they claim. Right? You want to go into banking? Guess who runs that? The so-called Jew. And here it is. This woman's house. I'm sure she paying a 30-year mortgage on her fucking crib. And the Edomite has the gall or the guts to just walk up, just random. The nigga don't even own the block. The nigga don't even own the block. And he just walk up to this bitch crib, this lady Sakis. He walk up to this woman's house and tell her that she got to get rid of her car because she put Black Lives Matter on it, man. And that's showing you that this devil is a devil, exactly who he is, man. Yeah, like the brother said, even if they on drugs and messed up, they still ain't jacked up, bro. You know, but our people, on the other hand, the real Israelites, the true Jews, Benjamites, the Levites, Issacharites, Simeonites, Ephraimites, Zebulonites, Gadites, Reubenites, the true Israelites, we're the ones in trouble, man. I'm gonna get this. I didn't bring it up, but and the spread just had me, think about it, man. You Edomites got some fucking nerve, man. You know what I mean? You Edomites got some complete nerve, man. It ain't like Jake ain't oppressing you Edomites, man, but just our presence alone is oppressive to Esau, man. And that's why he wants to get rid of us, man. That's why he wants to get rid of Jake, man. Ultimately, he wants that birthright back. Showing you he's just a hater. The nigga been hating for thousands of years. And Jake hasn't gotten wise to that. Salakia. Mm-hmm. Got your juice. All right. So it says this Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. It says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And that's what you Edomites are. You're the house of Satan, man. I don't care if you call yourself a so-called Jew or Greek or whatever. Come on, man. And then look at this shit. I mean, Jews have historically had it worse than anyone, but that doesn't mean you can support you can't support the movement ahead. And you so-called Jews never had it worse than anyone, man. In what time? And then you won't claim the Holocaust, man. We're the Israelites, man. And this nigga ain't no fuck. That dude ain't no Jew. You got Israelites that look like so-called white people, but he ain't one of them. He clearly ain't one of them, man. Talking about the Jews had a hard. In what time? Name a time period. And then they laying claim to the Israelites past, man. Because it wasn't just when Xerxes came in And when Cyrus the Great took over, when Nebuchadnezzar from the Neo-Assyrian Empire, when that nigga from the Assyrian Empire, what's his dude name? There's a couple of them. They were just terrible, man, to Jake, man. That didn't just happen to Jews. That happened to the Israelites, man. You see? And that's another thing. These Edomites, they claim that they're the Lord's people. All they talk about is Judah. Like the Lord didn't have no other tribes, man. Like it wasn't 12 tribes. You see? Okay. And see, this devil, he tries to say that he the Jew, he had to listen. When did the Jews go into hardcore slavery? That wasn't a terrible time. When did the so-called Jews, I ain't talking about the real Jews, when did the so-called Jew go into hardcore slavery? Look, these are people that ain't even in the truth. Actually, Jews began the slave trade to America and Spain. And that's documented. That's not just somebody's vain opinion, man. It's documented that you Jews the so-called Jew had a major part in the transatlantic slave trade, man. And like the brother said, stolen identity. In the Israelites, we are the victims of the greatest stolen identity case ever known to man. You know? Ever known to man. It says, I'll read your comments. Admitted this was a poorly written comment. It says, my point was that if anyone should understand the struggle that minorities are going through, the Jewish people should. It was poorly written post. And that's right. You know, like if these people claim to be the Lord's people, but they're not. And like I said, visceral hatred. Look at this shit.
It's offensive to me.
Yeah, it's offensive to him when you say Black Lives Matter. Because you know why it's offensive to him? Because this whole country, since its foundation, Negro, so-called Negro, Black, whatever you want to call us, lives never mattered in this country, man. And until this place is destroyed, it will never matter in this country. Okay? And neither Latino lives, neither Native American lives, neither Seminole Indians lives, nobody that's an Israelite's life on this side, life matters to this so-called white man. He want to get rid of everybody, man. You know? This is Daniel 9 and 12. Yeah, this shit got me hot, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you just see the visceral hatred on this devil, man. He just didn't walk up to somebody's house and start cussing them out and telling them to get their car the fuck out of here. And then he asked about the Japanese. Well, guess what? It wasn't so-called Black people that interned Japanese people in the camps. It wasn't so-called Latino people or Native American people that put dropped the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, man. That was a so-called white man. All them motherfuckers in that plane that dropped them big-ass bombs, little boy and big boy, they were all Edomites, man. That was an Edomite agenda, man. And these nations so weak-minded, they don't want to fight against you, man. They don't even hate you. They don't even turn it. They don't even turn. And if they do hate you, it ain't outwardly. They don't show it like they show the hatred and the disdain that they have for the Israelites. This is Daniel 9 and 12. And he had confirmed his word, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. Right. So under the whole heaven, no nation has been destroyed and made mockery of and just completely just broken down or enslaved like Jerusalem, man. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. And that's the Israelites, man. Okay. Them so-called Jews, they didn't go into hardcore slavery and ship to another land. Hitler didn't do that shit. Hitler didn't have you niggas chained to the bottom of a boat, shitting and pissing on yourself, vomiting and pissing on yourself, you know, with disease and rats and all kinds of bugs, roaches, all kinds of just ailments, man, disease. You didn't go through that. And here it is, we in America, which is Babylon the Great, which is the worst place on the planet Earth, man. This is the belly of the beast, man. And Jake here is really completely lost it. You know? These motherfucking devils, man, you ain't had nothing but a leg up in this society. The reason why you live in this nice manicured neighborhood, and I can tell that's a nice manicured neighborhood just by looking at the steps of this woman's house, man, because the majority of Jakes can't live like this, man. They got something called redlining, where if too many Negroes or if a Negro moves into a neighborhood it'll make the property value go down, man. So that's why a lot of you Edomites live in these well manicured areas, but really that's part of your blessing. And you just a fucking hater, man. You just a hater. You know what I'm saying? You clearly are a fucking hater. That offends me. Get out of here. Get that car out of here. They just walk up to you. These Edomites have you can tell this is their kingdom because they just walk up to random people and say what the fuck's on their mind. And they tired of hiding the fact that they hate Jake, man.
It's offensive to me. It's offensive to me. I'm not touching your car. Get it out of here. Oh, now I'm racist? You're racist. Get that car out of here.
Why does Black
All
Lives Matter?
lives matter.
Yes, of course they do.
You're Japanese. Do you know your history?
Yes,
Do
so
you know your Japanese?
Yeah, man. And so here it is. This man, he walks up to their door and he just start talking shit, man. You know? He just start talking shit. Psalms, the brother, I'm gonna get this real quick. The brother KDC, he put up scripture. This Psalms 17 and 14. For men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men. Oh, let me get what's 13. I'm gonna get that. Psalms 17 and 13. Psalms 17 and 13. Yeah, man. You Edomites hurt, bro. Hey, this Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him and cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked. And the wicked are the Edomites. Let me play this real quick.
It's offensive to me.
Yeah.
It's offensive to me. I'm not touching your car. Get it out of here. Oh,
Yeah, then as soon as you knock this nigga in his fucking head,
You're
you knock him in his fucking face, then he bitch up, and then he call the cops, and you go to jail for assault, man. When he on somebody else's property, telling them what to do, man. Hey, this is Psalm 17, 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, which is the Edomites. But just because you the Lord's sword, nigga, you ain't love. The Most High hates you, Edomites. From men which are thy hand. That's right, you Edomites. O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. Yeah, Esau got everything, man. This motherfucker runs everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? From every facet of life. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You Edomites got the whole thing, man. And whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. They leave inheritance, man. Our people die, drop dead. They don't leave no inheritance. They leave bills. They leave debt. But we ain't got no inheritance here on the side, man. As for me, I will behold thy face, righteousness. I will hold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness, man. Because you Edomites, you're not going to awake with the likeness of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You Edomites, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. That's why I said white people, man. So-called white people, man. It says Black Lives Matter means only Black Lives Matter, because if it didn't, why do people get so mad when they say all lives matter? Because, again, they hate you. It goes back to Cain and Abel, but we're going to start at Jacob and Esau, man. After that birthright was taken from him, he had a complete hatred for his brother, man, and his people, man, and his children. It's Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that's all he's been trying to do. That's all what's been on his mind, is to slay us, man. And that's what you see going on. That's why George Floyd got that knee in his neck, man. That's why every time these Edomites deal with one of our people, especially these Edomite cops, and cops in general, but I'm focusing on the Edomite cops right now. Yo, they're the most scariest, man. And then they deal with Jake aggressively, man, immediately, man. It's no time to talk. There's no time to be chill. They just, or the rational, be rational about it. They just straight up snap on Jake, man. because of that hatred, man. Because of that pure, unadulterated hatred, man. And these Edomites, they so angry, they don't even really realize why they hate you, man. That's why it's a futile attempt to try to get this devil to love you, man. It's a futile attempt to think that marching down a fucking street and tearing up your own neighborhood is going to make this devil say, you know what? We have been treating them wrong. Let's treat them right. Hell no, man. Hell no, man. This dude got an agenda. And this year, even in 2021, Trump said it on a thing today, on his speech today. He got plans. He got big plans for 2021, man. And he going to roll over Jake, man. He going to roll over Jake. This devil talking about George Floyd looking down on America, smiling, talking about this is a great day for equality. What? What are you talking about? Equality? Ain't no equality down here, and there ain't gonna be no equality in the kingdom of heaven. You Edomites will never be equal to us, man. On no level, man. That's why your widows ain't gonna weep, man. Let me get that real quick, man. Your widows ain't gonna weep. They ain't weeping there. Them hoes, man. Them hoes are ship jumpers, man. They see Jake, man. They see BBC, BLC. You know what I'm saying? These old them Edomites, man, they're opportunists, man. This is a Job 27:15. Job 27:15. I'll start at 14. It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. Right. If you Edomites children are multiplied, which in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna breed you out. We're gonna force you to be multiplied. Because you don't got a lot of numbers, breeding numbers down here right now. But in the kingdom of heaven, your kids gonna breed you out, and your children gonna be numbered to the sword immediately. And his children if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Right, you Edomites gonna fall, and your widows are not gonna weep, man. They're not gonna weep. Them bitches gonna be just like worse than our women on this side, man. When a woman, she ain't with you 100%. She with the white man's agenda. Hey, guess what? In that day, them Edomite hoes gonna try to be they're gonna try to be down, man. Because they're gonna see the power that how about she try to give us, and because we're gonna be the flyest thing to slice bread, baby. But that's beyond the point. That's beyond the point. You Edomites, your hatred is never went anywhere, man. And that's why the Lord, he gonna destroy you, man. There's Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, the so-called white man, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. This is that wrath. This is that wrath. This is that wrath.
It's offensive to me. I'm not touching your car. Get it out of here. Oh, now I'm racist? You're racist. Get that car out of here. All lives matter.
Yes.
All lives don't
You're
matter.
Japanese. Do you know your history?
Yes, and like I said, the reason why this devil feel that way is because he has a perpetual hatred for Jacob, and it never went anywhere. And he think that by him calling himself a Jew, or he think that by him living in that land, or that he thinks that by him trying to take hold of the scriptures, that somehow, some way that the Most High is going to say, you know what, y'all my people, not them. Hell no. Hell no, man. The Lord don't like you, man. Can't you get that through your greasy head? that was off of Coming to America, man. The girl doesn't like you. Can you get that through your greasy head? Yeah, the Most High doesn't like you, you Edomites. Can you get that through your greasy head? You know what I'm saying? You ain't like, man. You hate it. You hate it, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna show you. I'm not making this up. This is in the scriptures, and Esau took all of this out. The so-called Negro Bible, man. Hey, this is wrong. This is Romans 9. So out here, brothers. I'm juggling, watching my kid and doing the video. But it says this is Job 9 and this is Job 9 And right, Job 9 and 13, I go straight to the point. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So the Most High, he hates the Edomites, man. When you look at Malachi 1 and 4, which they don't read this, this ain't even in the Negro Bible. This ain't even in the Negro Bible. They took all this out because they know we the Israelites, man. It's Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Go sit on the table, baby. Go sit at the table. It says, and take your chips with you, get your chips and your juice. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness. So wherever you Edomites are at in the world, man, wickedness starts and stops with you, man. The border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai have indignation forever. Let's skip up to verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Okay. Yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, man. So the Lord, he expressly said he hates you, man. And that's why you Edomites don't want to be the Edomites. You want to be us. You want to be everybody else in the world except the Edomites. You ain't never seen no Edomite make a movie about the Edomites. You ain't never seen Hollywood make a movie about the Edomites, man. They'll make a movie about the Israelites. They'll make a movie about the Egyptians. And everybody look like a so-called white man. That shitty ass movie that came out from some years ago called The Exodus, that shit, it was trash, man. Noah. The movie Noah, man, with Russell Crowe in it, man. What did they do? They made everybody an Edomite, man. And they had Mickey Rourke, ugly ass, up in there playing Lamech, man. Sneaking on a boat, man. Just going off, man. There's no truth in this guy, man. He everybody in the world except who he want to be, man. I'm sorry, except who he's supposed to be, which is nation of Edom. And when you get in the kingdom, that's what you're going to hear every day, man. What's your name? Edom. Edom. You go, I'm David Rothschild. Rothschild. He ain't gonna be able to. He not gonna be like Toby. He ain't gonna be able to take the first lash, man. As soon as that shit gets snapped, man. Edom. He better be Edom, nigga, or you gonna get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Your name is gonna be Edom, because that's your name. And you going your name is gonna be Edom because that's who you are. And you've been hiding from it because you know the judgment that's coming behind being an Edomite. Hey, when the Most High hates you, man, there's nothing we can do for you, man. Why would we want to do anything for you? You're the devil. Ezekiel 35 and 5. And this is why he's hurt. This is why he's mad. Esau, you mad, man. You big mad. Because thou has had Ezekiel 35 and 5, because thou has had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity and in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right, this devil, he didn't hate blood, man. He didn't shy from it, man. Well, guess what? It's going to pursue him in the kingdom, man. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth, man. So we know that this judgment is for you Edomites, man. And you mad, you angry, you know, you upset. That's why every time, and this nigga, he not a straight shooter. You ask him a question, he got to jog around it. He can't go straight to it because he's a liar. Everything that come out of his mouth is a lie, man. And the nations, they going to find out that they got tricked. They got tricked. They got tricked in a bad way, and they're going to have to pay for that. This is Revelations 11 and 18. and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, right? Because when Yahweh comes back, he's judging the nations, man. He's judging the nations, man. And that and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. And that's what he's bringing a reward for the prophets, man. The scripture says the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets, man. You see? So, Lord, when we endure to the end, we're going to receive a reward. We're here for our reward. And to the saints, which are the Israelites, not the Edomites, and them that fear thy name. The so-called white man don't fear the name. You a Jew. You say you a Jew, but you don't got no beard on your face.
It's offensive to me. It's offensive to me. I'm not touching your car. Get it out of here. Oh, now I'm racist? You're racist? Get that car out of here.
Why does Black Lives Matter?
All lives matter.
All lives don't matter.
You're Japanese. Your history.
Yes,
Do
so
you know your Japanese history?
all lives
I'm
matter.
a Jew.
Yeah,
I'm a Jew.
you're not a Jew. You're not a Jew. You don't even have a fucking beard on your face, bro. You're an Edomite. You're an Edomite. You're not a Jew, man. You living in a lap of luxury. You living out that's something else. You Edomites are living in your rulership, and you don't even know it. You don't have no one. You don't know that this is good as it's gonna get for you. You don't know that. You don't understand that you'll never be able to live a quarter of the way you living, man. Not even a quarter. Not even a percent the way you living right now, man. You see? Why you gotta? And that's the thing. Like this devil, he always razzle dazzle, and he wanna just intervene on somebody else. This is what he does, man. But nobody sees it. Habakkuk chapter 2, man. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and as death cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. You see? So we usually use this to explain why this devil goes. We use this to explain why this devil goes around the world and to try to conquer the world and gets in everybody's business. But you Edomites on a low level, you do the same thing. You don't keep your ass at home, man. If this was a Jake neighborhood, ain't no Jake walking up to another Jake house telling him he got to move his car, man. That's gonna turn into a nigga moment immediately, man. You see, and if Jake living in the neighborhood, Jake don't bother nobody, man. You Edomites, you the one that bother people, man. You might have Jake have problems between each other, and that goes back to the curses. But you Edomites, man, you be all up in people's shit for no reason, man. You be on a bus, you in somebody's business. You be on a train, you in somebody's business. Kids walking down the street, oh, what did that sign say? You snatching the sign, you throwing it down. You even harassing your own kids, man. You got all week. It's just been Edomites snapping, man. They got a new name for the Edomite woman that go crazy. Karen. They call her Karen and shit. You know? Yeah, like you said, somebody said talking about history, looks like he don't know his. He don't, because he's an Edomite. And he don't even know that. And you're super elite. They didn't tell you that you were an Edomite. They know they're Edomites, but they didn't tell you low-level Edomites that you're Edomites. You don't know anything, man. You live in a lie, man. You live in a lie, man. And there's nothing, you Edomites, you're not supreme in the slightest manner, man. So I'm not even going to think to call you a white supremacist, because there's nothing supreme about you, man. The Most High made you the weakest of all nations. You're terrible, man. This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. The bases of men. And Edomites, you are the lowest of the mankind. You're the lowest. You know? You're the lowest, man. And in your spirit, you know your time is short. And that's why the Lord got you really showing your horns, man. And eventually, all these nations are going to turn on you, man. And you're going to be through, man. And anybody that want to line up with you, want to be party, hanging out with you, man, they're going to be destroyed. Any of our people want to hang out with you, they're going to be destroyed, man. Because nobody can protect you from the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. That judgment is going to be swift. It's going to be precise. It's going to be it's going to be dominated. It's going to be domination immediately, man. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And this devil knows he got a short time. And this is why he's angry. But let me go back to Revelation. I skipped scripture I was reading. Revelation 11:18. You know, this man, he got a short time. So that's why they're trying to hurry this thing up, man. They think they're gonna get that new world order off the ground. It's gonna finally be capstone with the RFID chip, the microchip, the mark of the beast, and everything's gonna be good. Nah, nigga, nah. Soon as that chip get forcibly mandated, it is over. You don't even know that's the end of the movie, man. World War III gonna happen. Yeah, you're gonna chip the majority of the world, but you ain't gonna chip the elect. You know? And Revelation 11:18. And the nation were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldst give award unto the servants and prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldst destroy them which destroy the earth, man. And you Edomites, you destroy the earth. You don't even realize that you destroy the earth even with your presence, man. You come around, wickedness is following you like a bad stench, man. You know? And at the end of the day, man, your judgment is finally coming. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It don't matter if these other nations don't want to recognize Jake. They know we the Israelites, man. Those that matter. Because you got the elite of these different nations, they matter according to their nation. So guess what? They know the truth. It's you lesser ones, man. You don't know nothing. You see? But you Edomites destroyed the earth, man. You destroyed the earth. You destroyed the waters, ecosystems. You destroyed people. You destroyed lands, man. You create weapons of mass destruction to destroy, so that you could create your own artificial heaven, man, here on earth. But it ain't going to happen, man. The Most High is going to destroy you, man. You can't blame Jake for space trash. We ain't out there. Black, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian people, man, you'd be lucky if you get one astronaut out there, man. They might let the nigga get near the spaceship and claim that he went out to space, man. If they feel like sacrificing one of their astronauts, man, they'll put a Jake on a plane, man. That shit is your fault, Esau. And you're going to pay for that, man. Every time you drop a rocket, you throw a rocket into space, man, what happens to those fuselages, man? They fall back to the earth and into the water. You lucky they don't fall on people, man. But they fall into the water. And what happens, man? Those chemicals and all that other shit spoils the fish, man. Spoils the ecosystem, man. You the devil, man. You're going to pay. Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So you mad, you big mad, but you sold your birthright. It ain't my fault that Jake the slick with the tongue and got you, man. You the one wanted that red ass meat. You know better than eating that shit, but you was impatient. Lest there be any profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. The Most High rejected you, Esau. You are rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So you don't got no place of repentance, man. You don't have no place. The Most High will never hear your prayers, man. The Most High will never hear your cries, man. The Most High will never avenge you, man. He used you to set us straight, man. He used you to put us in hardcore slavery and bring us over here for the great exodus, man. And for judgment, for the great judgment. Okay? But you ain't never been one of his choices, man. You were just a sword, man. That's all you were, man. And now that our iniquity is coming to an end, we're waking up, we're finding out who we are. That's a problem for you, Edomites, man. Because you thought this day would never come, but it's here. And so you'll never receive repentance from the Most High, man. How can you be his people? When the Lord said, when you read the scriptures, Yahweh Shai, he was put on that cross to give repentance to Israel, man. Not Edom. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, verse 16. And unto him, I read verse 13. Now, when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovedest, and unto him only thou showedest thy will, and madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude, man. So you Edomites, you're put by, man. You were not set up to be the Lord's people, man. You know, you're a bunch of obnoxious demons, man. You see? So the Most High is not dealing with you. Your Most High is not dealing with you, man. The Most High is not dealing with you, Edomites, man. Okay, he about to show you. He about to show you, man, that how his visceral hatred for you. The last scripture I got is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. And the point's in 14. Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, in the real house of Judah is us, man. So name a time in the history that you Edomites who claim to be Jews, that Edom have dealt against you, man. Name it. You can't do it, man. You can't do it, man. You the Edomites, man. Thus said the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom and will cut off man and beast from it. And I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. So we know this is not talking about Mount Seir, because they'll tell you that the Nebateans are the ones that drove the Edomites out, right? But the Nebateans ain't the Lord's people. The Lord said he's going to lay his vengeance on Edom by the hand of my people Israel, man. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh, man. You see? You Edomites, you about to see the vengeance of the Lord, man, in full effect, man. And so with that, I want to say shalom. I'll pray honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, for teaching the word and truth and sincerity and for doing well. And salutations to my fellow Akim. Keep pushing, keep striving, and we almost out of here. Hey, shalom.